In comes the cat bowls, and Chappell's going to get runs. It clipping that nicely through square leg. He's picked up. In fact, that's going to go for 4 runs. That picked up speed, and Jack Carson didn't seem to be running at full tilt there around the boundary.
That'll be why you're so warm, as an cat comes in and bowls. That's driven nicely by Wayne Madsen up towards long off. That'll be 4, and it'll move up to 89. Glorious shot. Croken bowls to Chappell, who smashes this away to the cover boundary for 4. And then he's broken the shackles. This next delivery is crashed away once again by Zach Chappell, this time up to a very straight extra cover kind of area.
He's crouched low in his stance. He gets a full delivery and he drives through down the ground. There's no mid-off, and that's gone all the way down towards the boundary. In again now. This time Fuller and goes to sweep, does Chappell, and it hits him on the pads.
That's very funny. In comes Croken bowls to Madsen, who pulls through the onside and is going to pick up a boundary and takes him to within 4 of his century.
Means that he's still under a little bit of pressure to get the extra 2 runs that he now requires. Carson bowls, and he's bowled it. Middle stump is out of the ground. That one has turned a long, long way. Carson over the wicket bowls. He goes back into his crease to push it out into the offside, and there it is. He has got to 3 figures, Wayne Madsen. It's been a terrific innings from him. He scored many, many more runs than the rest of his team. And Madsen raises his bat to the pavilion at the far side of the ground.
Is this your over or mine?
You do it.
Sure. Coles is in from the Cromwell Road end to Madsen, who cuts this away, and it's going to go all the way. Now normal square leg, as in comes Coles now, and this one's a slightly shorter delivery, worked off the back foot through the leg side, and mid-wicket's on the chase. Accurate way of
Carson in bowls, and Madsen sweeps and sweeps well, and Jade Evanukat tries to get a big boot on that.
Coles begins a new over and bowls to him, and he cuts that away out to the point boundary for 4.
Carson to Madsen. Now who's in and goes to slog sweep, and will he beat the fielder?
Well, he knew it had gone for 6 because of Ollie Robinson's reaction.
Struck firmly as this time again. Madsen looks to go big, and he goes all the way, and this time it is clear. It's going to be Carson to Madsen, who's on 134 now, and this time this is cut away through the offside. There's no fielder.
260 for 8. Here comes Robinson again. What a shot that is from Darren Dupavel.
The boundary, as in comes Carson now to Madsen, who looks to go big. Slog sweeps. Will it go all the way? It doesn't. It's caught on the boundary at deep mid-wicket. He's the one who's faced 37 balls so far as well. This one's tossed up by Carson, driven off the front foot by Dupavel. It beats now, and this one's tossed up, and it's hit uppishly, and it's hit down the ground.
Well, he should have been caught.
It should have been caught. Stu Pavillon on strike to face Carson, who tosses this one up, and he looks to go big and down the ground, and it goes all the way down. So Carson's in for his 5th ball of his 24th over, and this time Stu Pavillon looks to go big. Does he get everything?
Disappointing. The coach has been booked as well.
In comes Croken bowls, and he's bowled him, and that will be lunch. The ball hit. Daniel Hughes is a big encourager. Fielding at mid-on, claps his hands, and Robinson makes his way up the hill in and bowls to Kame, who gets his first runs of the match. Clips that one down to, in fact, he gets 4 runs for it.
Take you through Robinson's delivery, as this one's a full delivery, and it's driven off the front foot by Reese down the ground. It might not have the legs in it to go all the way. It does.
And he's on his way. 3 slips and a gully go down. He's in and bowls, and Reese plays this nicely. 4 runs. Nicely timed. It was
Coles halfway through his 3rd over, bowls to Reese, who sweeps, and it's in the air, and Finn Hudson-Prentice takes the catch. Deep backward square leg. 46 for 1.
Really heavy cloud away. Carson bowls and swept away by Brooke Guest. That's a good shot. I suppose there's only so long you can prod, and already today Kent have beaten Warwickshire. Kent doomed to relegation. Carson in bowls, swept by...
He's come in from the Cromwell Road end to Kame, and this one's a shorter delivery. It's pulled away, and it's going to go all the way down towards the boundary.
Unless Ollie Robinson's going to bowl his off spin, but I'll be surprised. He does do that occasionally. Carson in bowls, swept, and nicely swept.
Becomes a dead ball as soon as it hits the helmet with a 5-run penalty, I think. Good shot by Brooke Guest off the back foot, forcing it out backward of square on the offside.
Carson in again, bowls, and there's an out appeal. What he's given! Jack Carson picks up the wicket. Well,
I hasten to add, though, just watching the cricket as Crowe comes into Madsen, who gets 4 runs down to the wide third man area.
Carson to Madsen. This one's tossed up. Madsen uses his feet, comes down the track and drives through the offside. It's going to go all the way. There is no protection down there.
5 wickets before getting to 100 first time around, and now they've got to 100 with a beautifully placed shot. In comes Crocombe again, a short delivery, and he has gone for the uppercut this time, and he hasn't really got all of it. It's bouncing and bouncing towards the boundary. It gets there. As Crocombe is in, bowls to Kame, who guides this down to backward point for 4 more. Nicely placed from Harry Kame.
I can imagine bound for the Champions League, and in comes Coles, bowls, cut away. Nice looking shot by Harry Kame, who's mixed solid defence with attack when he's been able to.
Not for the all-weather action.
No, I'm impressed, Fletch. In comes Madsen, plays onto the onside, and applause around the ground, and the applause around the ground is for an excellent half-century by Harry Kame.
With an ad cap behind him at mid-off. Anyway, here is Haynes bowling, and Madsen chops that one away for 4 runs. Well, he can bowl 6 of those if he likes.
It should be Kame and Madsen to start play tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock on day 4. As here's Carson now, the final delivery. Kame's forward defends, drops the ball dead in front of him, and that will be stumps here.